Okay, so hello, grade 8. Hopefully, ready na tayo sa ating term 1 examination. So, today magpo-provide lang ako mga anak ng mga sample questions na possible or pwedeng lumabas sa inyong exam. But please, please, take note, there are only sample questions na ibibigay ko sa inyo. Hindi to 100% na ito talaga yung lalabas sa exam, ha? Okay, it still depends on the topics covered by your teacher, kung ano yung mga covered ni teacher after summative 2. Possible hindi lumabas yung iba kasi 'di ba, meron tayong mga reason nagkaroon ng cancellation of classes, may disruption of schedules. So baka yun yung nakaapektuhan. Okay, and then while giving questions, okay, yung aking maipapayo lang sa inyo, wag nating i-memorize yung tanong. Okay, ang ating tandaan is yung concept na pine-present ko. While presenting the concept, try to recall what your teacher explained that particular topic and then try to connect. Okay. So, kasi baka yung mga teacher natin, iba din yung paggawa nila ng question, iba sila mag-formulate ng question, pero yun din naman yung topic. Kaya ang mas maganda, don't memorize questions from the internet. Okay, yung pinaka mahalaga dito, you have to understand the concept. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, so let's start. So these are sample questions only. They are provided as a reviewer and reference material to help you prepare for the examination. These questions are not guaranteed to appear in the actual exam. Use this reviewer as a guide to understand and review the important concepts covered in the lessons. So ang pinagkuhanan ko ng mga topics, okay, which is prescribed in our curriculum, is about photosynthesis, cellular respiration, the development of atomic theory, and the subatomic particles. So, doon tayo magfo-focus. Yung tanong doon, kiikot. Okay? Sige, let's start. What is photosynthesis? So, napakadali yung question, di ba? Parang very easy. What is photosynthesis? Okay, so di ba? Photo, which means light, and synthesis, which means putting together. So, it is a process happened in what particular organism? In plants, naturally. Okay, so it is a process in plants where, okay, tingnan natin sa choices. A, breakdown of glucose to release energy. The process of converting light energy into chemical energy. The movement of water through the xylem, or the production of carbon dioxide by plants. From these choices, wala yung hinahanap natin. Di ba commonly ang naririnig natin sa photosynthesis is that photosynthesis is the process where plants make their own food. Pero wala doon. Yung exactong word na yun. Letter A, analyze natin. The breakdown of glucose to release energy. Breakdown of glucose. Hindi ito. Yun. Kasi yan, pag nag-breakdown tayo ng glucose, is not photosynthesis. It's cellular respiration. Okay, so the movement of water through the xylem, hindi rin yun. Okay, the production of carbon dioxide by plants. That's letter B, ano? The process where plants convert light energy into chemical energy or glucose. Okay, so yun yung ating photosynthesis. It's letter B. Sino nakatama? Ayan, next. Which organelle is the main site of photosynthesis? Saan ba nangyayari ang photosynthesis? Mitochondrion, ribosomes, chloroplast, nucleus. Magbibigay lang tayo ng definition dito. Mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell and it is the site of cellular respiration. Ribosome, naturally, ito ay part ng cell where it is the site of protein synthesis. Nucleus, ito naman ay part ng cell where it controls all the cell activities. Okay, so ang site ng photosynthesis natin is the chloroplast. And remember, chloroplast is only available or present in plant cell. Wala pong chloroplast ang animal cell. Which pigment? Oh, ang tinatanong pigment. Which pigment absorbs light energy for photosynthesis? Ano daw yung pigment na yun? Na-discuss ko to sa inyo. A, chlorophyll, glucose, ATP, or carbon dioxide. Hindi naman carbon dioxide because it's a gas. ATP is an energy. Glucose, hindi na naman yan. Yun yung food ng mga plants. It's chlorophyll. Nakatama. Okay. So, for trivia purpose, sasabi ko sa inyo, chlorophyll is the reason why the leaves looks green. Okay, kasi yan ay green pigment. Which gas is taken in by plants as a raw material for photosynthesis? Taken in, ipinapasok, hindi nilalabas. Taken in, pumapasok na gas. Okay, na kailangan sa photosynthesis. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen. Correct, it's carbon dioxide. Okay, so ang pinag-aralan lang naman natin dito is oxygen and carbon dioxide, right? So, eliminate natin yung nitrogen and hydrogen. So, ang ginagamit ng mga halaman na raw material sa photosynthesis, okay, is carbon dioxide. Yun yung gas na ginagamit ng mga halaman. Ano naman yung gas na nilalabas? Okay, kung may ipinasok, syempre may ilalabas din na gases pabalik. Okay, it's oxygen. Yun naman yung lumalabas, ano? Okay, next. Through which structure does carbon dioxide enter the leaf? Ano namang structure daw? Sa anong structure pumapasok ang carbon dioxide? Xylem? Hindi naman, kasi yan ay tissue. Ano? Stomata, phloem, cuticle. Okay, correct. It's in the stomata. Okay, so hindi yan pumapasok. Ang stomata natin is like an opening, ano, that, ano po, regulates the gas exchange. What is the main product of photosynthesis identified in the lesson? Ano yung ating mga product? The product in photosynthesis. Glucose or sugar, carbon dioxide, water, nitrogen. Siyempre, it's glucose or sugar. Yan yung kailangan na pagkain ng mga halaman. Yun yung pinaka-product or product. Di ba kumbaga parang sa sa isang factory, after the process, may produktong nagawa. Sa halaman, sa loob ng halaman, pagkatapos ng habang proseso, ang nagawang product ay yung glucose or sugar. Which tissue transport water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant? O, sanay na sanay tayo. Tissue, water. Siyempre, wala nang tanong-tanong. It's xylem. Okay, tatandaan ha? Okay, next. Which tissue transport sugars? Sugars na banggit. Sugars produced through photosynthesis. Kung xylem is for water, the phloem is for sugars or food. Tatandaan kasi ito'y sa unang lesson pa natin na discuss na. Ano? Where do the light-dependent reactions primarily occur? Light-dependent, unang stage. Saan po siya? So, meron lang tayong pagpipilian. It's either in the stroma or thylakoid. So, eliminate na natin yung nucleus and mitochondrial matrix. So, dalawa lang yung pagpipilian natin. So, dito, ang light-dependent, the first stage occur in the thylakoid. Tandaan natin, ang Calvin cycle or light independent is sa stroma, yung second stage. Ano po? Ayan, nabanggit ko na. Where does the Calvin cycle occur? Siyempre, in the stroma na. So, yung first stage, the light dependent in the thylakoid. The light independent in the stroma. What is the primary purpose of cellular respiration? Kung ang photosynthesis, it converts light energy into chemical energy. What about the cellular respiration? To produce oxygen, to produce glucose, to generate ATP, or to absorb sunlight. So, nangyayari yung ating cellular respiration to generate energy or ATP. Yun yung purpose. Hindi dahil para makapag-produce ng oxygen, glucose, or ng sunlight. Hindi tayo araw para mag-produce ng sunlight. Okay. Which organelle is primarily associated with the cellular respiration in eukaryotic cells? Okay, so anong organelle yun? Saan ba nangyayari or nagtitake place yung ating cellular respiration? Chloroplast? Hindi, kasi photosynthesis yan. Nucleus, control center or the control center of the cell. Ribosome, site of protein synthesis. So, it's mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Nandun yung cellular respiration. At ang purpose kung sa photosynthesis, ang kanyang product is para makagawa ng glucose or sugar sa cellular respiration is para makagawa ng ATP or energy or the so-called adenosine triphosphate. Okay, next. Which stage of cellular respiration produces the largest amount of ATP according to the lesson or dun sa ating na-discuss? So, meron tayong three stages, di ba? In cellular respiration. The first stage is the glycolysis. Second stage is the Krebs cycle. And then last is the electron transport chain. Doon sa ating three stages, alin yung may pinakamadaming ATP na napoproduce? Sa ating glycolysis, may napoproduce na ATP. Okay. Ilan ang napoproduce na ATP sa glycolysis? Dalawa. Okay, sa Krebs cycle, wala. Sa electron transport chain, it's about 34 to 36 ATP. So, alin yung may pinakamadami? So, syempre, in the electron transport chain. Okay. What molecule is typically used as the initial substrate for cellular respiration? Initial substrate ha, na kung wala ito, ay wala din yung cellular respiration. Anong initial substrate? Correct, it's glucose. Yan yung ating pagsisimulan. Glucose is broken down in the cytoplasm. Ano yung first stage? Glycolysis. Okay. Next, what gas is needed for aerobic cellular respiration? Aerobic ha? Aerobic, hindi anaerobic. So pag sinabi natin aerobic, kailangan niya ng oxygen. Okay, aerobic. Ayan. So ang aerobic po is sa Krebs and electron transport chain. Okay, yun po is kailangan ng oxygen. Okay. Next, what are the two main types of cellular respiration discussed in the lesson? Ano yung dalawang type ng cellular respiration? Aerobic and anaerobic. Actually, we also undergo in anaerobic, di ba? Especially pag hindi available ang oxygen. Okay, but it's not a long-term solution. It's just a temporary. So, meron tayong anaerobic na mayroon din tayong types ng anaerobic fermentation. Okay, nangyayari din yan sa atin, especially pag tayo sobrang pagod, magkakaroon tayo ng mga strenuous activities. Okay, next, where does glycolysis take place? Ang nangyayari naman ng glycolysis? It takes place in the cytoplasm. Tatandaan natin, cytoplasm. What is produced when human muscle cells undergo fermentation? Ano yung napoproduce pag tayo ay nag-undergo in fermentation? Starts with letter L. Siyempre, it's letter C, lactic acid. Hindi pwedeng oxygen, glucose, or chlorophyll. Ayan. What are the major products of aerobic cellular respiration? Ano naman yung nagiging major products natin sa aerobic? Ano yung mga nagagawa? Okay, glucose, oxygen, and ATP, carbon dioxide, water, and ATP, carbon dioxide, glucose, and oxygen, or water, sunlight, and glucose. Ano? It's letter B, correct. Carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. Yan yung mga main products sa ating aerobic cellular respiration. Okay, which molecule is produced during photosynthesis and used in cellular respiration? Ano daw yung napoproduce during photosynthesis na ginagamit naman sa cellular respiration? Glucose, carbon dioxide, oxygen, or chlorophyll? Correct, it's glucose. Yan yung napoproduce sa photosynthesis na ginagamit sa cellular respiration. Who first proposed that matter is made up of tiny, indivisible particles called atoms? Yung una, correct. We have Democritus. Yan yung unang scientist na nagsabi na lahat ng matter ay merong mga tiny, indivisible particles. Okay. Next, what does the Greek word atomos mean? Anong ibig sabihin ng atomos? Invisible, very small, uncountable energy. It means, correct, uncountable. Okay. Who believed that matter was continuous and made of the four basic elements, earth, water, air, and fire? Ito yung kabalbala na idea. Correct. It's Aristotle. Si Aristotle po ang nagsabi na yung matter daw is made of four elements. Okay. Who is known as the father of modern atomic theory? Correct. We have John Dalton. Okay. Which atomic model describe atoms as solid, indivisible sphere? Okay. Ano yan naman yung indivisible sphere? Okay. It's letter B, the solid sphere model. Okay. Which scientist discovered the electron through the cathode ray experiment? Correct. We have J.J. Thomson or Joseph John Thomson. Si John Dalton is experiment niya is about gases. Si Robert Millikan is yung oil drop experiment. Si James Chadwick naman is yung neutron discovery experiment. So, ang gumawa ng cathode ray experiment, naalala pa ba to? Is si J.J. Thomson. Meron siyang two sides, the cathode and the anode. Gumamit din siya ng two plates or two charge plates, the positive and the negative, to determine the charge of the cathode rays. Okay. So, gumamit din siya ng law of charges dun para ma-identify natin kung ano ba ang charge ng mga particles. And he eventually discovered electrons. What model did J.J. Thomson propose after discovering the electron? Nuclear model? Hindi, kasi yan ay kay Ernest Rutherford. Planetary model kay Niels Bohr. Solid sphere model kay John Dalton. So, ang ginawa ng model ni J.J. ay the plum pudding model. What did Rutherford's gold foil experiment reveal about the atom? Ano naman yung revelasyon ni Rutherford sa kanyang gold foil experiment? Atoms are completely solid. Electrons are located inside the nucleus. Atoms are mostly empty space with a dense nucleus. Neutrons orbit the nucleus. Actually, it's letter C. Ano? Napatunayan ni Ernest Rutherford that atoms are mostly empty space because there are a lot of particles passes, okay, in the gold foil. Okay, konti lang yung nag-deflect at then nag-bounce back. Which scientist discovered a neutron? Correct. Ernest Rutherford, the nucleus, and eventually the proton. Robert Millikan, siya lang naman yung nag-measure ng charge ng electron. Niels Bohr proposed the planetary model. So, dito ang nakadiscover ng neutron ay si James Chadwick. Which scientist developed the quantum mechanical model, yung latest nating model? Actually, pag lumabas sa exam ninyo, what is the latest or the current model of the atom? It's the quantum mechanical model or the electron cloud model. So, ang nag-propose niyan is si Erwin Schrödinger. Okay. Next, which subatomic particle has a positive charge? At tandaan, yung positive charge, it's proton. Pag negative, electron. Pag zero or no charge, it's neutron. Okay, where are protons located? Saan natin makikita ang mga protons? It's in the center or in the nucleus. Tatandaan. Which subatomic particle has no electric charge or zero? Correct, it's neutron. Which particle has a charge of negative 1 or negative 1.6 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs? Okay, so ano kaya? It's electron. Correct. Which subatomic particle has a relative mass of approximately 1 AMU and a positive 1 charge? Okay. Ano kaya? Electron, proton, neutron, or photon? Ano kaya? It's correct. Proton. Tandaan natin ha. Okay, next. What determines the identity of an element? Okay, ano naman yung identity ng element? Nagde-determine daw ng identity ng elements. It's the number of neutrons, electron, protons, or the valence electron. Actually, tandaan natin mga anak, ang pinaka-basis natin para malaman natin kung anong element yan is the protons. Pag 1 proton, it's hydrogen. Pag 2 protons, helium. 3, lithium. Okay, so sunod-sunod. Kung ilan yung protons mo, yun yung kanyang identity. Okay, what are atoms of the same element with different number of neutrons? Cold. Ano naman daw ang tawag dun sa mga atoms? Parehas na element pero different numbers of neutrons. Correct, it's isotopes. Okay, for example, hydrogen, may 1 proton. Okay, and then may mga hydrogen na may 1 neutron, 2 neutrons. Okay, so nagkaiba-iba sila sa neutrons. So pag iba yung neutrons, ang tawag natin sa kanila ay isotopes. What is a valence electron? An electron in the nucleus, an electron in the innermost shell, an electron in the outermost shell, or an electron with a positive charge. Actually, it's the outermost. Yan yung mga electron na nasa labas, ano, outermost shell. Okay, why are valence electrons important? Yan yung outermost, nasa dulo. Bakit sila mahalaga? They determine the mass, they are involved in chemical reactions and bonding, they determine the number of neutrons, or they prevent protons from entering the nucleus. It's letter B. Ano? They are involved in chemical reactions and bonding. What happens when the outermost electron shell of an atom is full? Okay, they are reactive, unstable, more stable, or the atom loses all its electrons. Correct. It's letter C. Pag full, generally, the atom is stable. Okay, yun yung ating conclusion. So, proceed tayo dun sa mga competencies na possible pa rin lumabas sa exam. Ito yung mga items na possible maraming nagkamali sa summative 1 or 2. Okay? So, ito yung 41 to 50. What is the genetic makeup of an organism called? Ito yung genetic makeup. Correct. It's genotype. Okay. Next, which genotype represents a homozygous recessive individual? Homozygous recessive. Ibig sabihin, dalawang capital or small? Dalawang small. Kasi recessive nga, di ba? Okay. In a cross between a heterozygous and another heterozygous, what is the expected phenotypic ratio if B is the dominant trait? Okay, so pag krenos natin yan, okay, imagine natin, capital B, small b, capital B, small b. And then, cross natin 2 small b, capital B, small b, and then capital B, small b, and then ano pa yung isa? Small b, and then small b. Okay, so ang expected ratio natin dito, meron na phenotypic, hindi genotypic. Phenotypic is the interpretation. So magbe-base tayo din sa interpretation. Okay, so ang magiging ratio noon is 3 is to 1. Okay. Pag genotypic, syempre ang magiging ratio natin doon is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Pero pag phenotypic, ang tinatanong 3 is to 1. Ganon yung kaibahan noon. Okay, what is the Punnett square used for? Saan ginagamit na ulit ang Punnett square? To identify the species of an organism, to predict the possible genetic combinations, to determine the age of an organism, or to identify the number of chromosomes. Correct. It's letter B, ano? To predict the possible genetic combinations. Which taxonomic rank is the most specific? Yung pinakababa. Correct. Species. Which is the correct taxonomic classification of humans from domain to species? Correct. It's letter A, no? Eukarya, Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, Primates, Hominidae, Homo, and Sapiens. Yan yung correct taxonomic classification. And hopefully, na-discuss natin yan. Which is na-discuss naman talaga. Ano? Okay. Next, what is the scientific name of modern humans? Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, Felis catus, or Canis lupus? Correct. It's Homo sapiens. Okay, why are humans classified under class Mammalia? Bakit nga tayo sa class Mammalia? Humans have feathers and lay eggs. Wow, kailan pa? Humans have scales and breathe through gills. Okay, may hasa. Humans have hair, are warm-blooded, and produce milk for their young. Or humans have exoskeleton and jointed legs. The correct answer here is letter C. Ano, humans have hair or fur. May fur ang ibang mga mammals, pero ang tanong ay humans kasi. No? So, ang humans, ang ating equivalent sa fur is hair. Warm-blooded, tayo din ay nagpuproduce ng milk to feed their youngs. Ano? Which characteristic is commonly associated with other order primates? Anong characteristics naman yung meron sa order primates? Feathers, opposable thumbs and forward-facing eyes, gills, or exoskeleton? Correct. It's letter B, ano? Opposable and forward-facing eyes. Which domain includes organisms with eukaryotic cells and a true nucleus, including plants, fungi, protists, and animals? A. Bacteria. B. Archaea. C. Eukarya. And D. Animalia. True nucleus is the key. So it's Eukarya. Tatandaan natin. Okay, so hopefully na-recall natin yung mga concept natin na na-discuss na yung term 1 examination. Thank you so much, grade 8, and good luck sa inyong exam.